Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. It is the 25th of November, 2021. I am back here in beautiful Mesa, Arizona for a few more days before my trip ends next Wednesday. Today is Thanksgiving, and we got a special show coming up later live today, right here on the Camo channel with some really good person, one of our friendly nomads. So who could it be? Who could it be? I do want to do an update today on Mr. Derek, you know, the Nomadic Fanatic. But where's the map? I don't have a map. The guy who used to have a base camp there in Illinois. You know, he bought that, what was it, a year and a half ago, something like that. And was living there. He, you know, built it all up. It was there. Okay, we'll say where it was now. Okay, we've always never told you the town name because we don't want to dox anybody here. But it was a place called Carbondale, Illinois, which is somewhere to the hour or two to the east of St. Louis in beautiful southern Illinois. Okay, not a far drive from places like Indiana, Kentucky, stuff like that, and. Eric has friends in St. Louis, in what's called East Alton, Illinois, which run, his friend Sean, who runs something called Modified Auto, which is a big auto place. He's done that. You know, they put in stereo speakers, they do upgrades to your vehicle, they tint things, they can paint, I don't know, they do a whole lot of updates to cars, and especially with stereo, not sound systems, what they call them, right? The big bass boom, boom, boom. You know, when you're sitting in your house, you know, it's nice and quiet, and then the whole house starts to shake because some guy's driving down the street. Boom, 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 boom. Blame him for that. Anyway, so Derek got this house. Now everybody was wondering how he did it. Did he buy it? Did he rent it? You know, some of the land records that we had seen showed that that the house was owned by some lady down the street, and some records showed that he owned it, and whether they were updated or not, who knows. But we get a new video from him. Base camp was demolished. We got new recliners, and it got cold, okay? So he talks about it. If you go to about the 10 or 11 minute mark of this video here, he talks about it, what was going on there. And looks like it was some sort of a rent to purchase deal where you do get ownership of the house, but you know, the person that owns the house is acting as the bank, so you have to pay the person, you know, a monthly fee or your rent, so to speak, or make payments to the person that owns the house, and then when you finish the payments, you own the house. But there's no bank involved, and the good thing about that is that if something happens, it doesn't ding your credit. You know, if you have a bank involved or something like that, and somehow you don't make the payments or you don't finish paying or something, it can ding your credit. So this is not that kind of a deal. This is a deal where a private person owns the house and then they kind of lease it out to you, and in a contract where then when you pay off whatever it is, you will own the house. Eric said that the house was, I think, $38,000, and he paid $16,000 of it. That may be 16 payments of $1,000 a month, or it may be 12 payments of a little more than that. I don't know. I forget exactly when he made this deal to buy this house. Anyway, so what apparently must have happened is he came to some sort of an agreement with the owner of the house that the house was in very poor condition. We had heard in many of his videos that he was talking about mold, smell, water intrusion into the house. If you pulled up the floorboards or went down in the crawl space under the house, you could see dead raccoons, snakes, spiders. What did he say? Really gross stuff down there. Mold and stuff like that. So he potentially had the legal standing to possibly, you know, file some sort of a thingy-dingy against the person who is selling him the house, that this house was in very bad condition regarding mold intrusion and stuff like that. And hey, that could be something, you know, Anyway, he says that he moved out of the house a couple months ago. It looked like he put a for sale sign on it saying, you know, it was up for sale. And apparently he made some sort of a deal with the property owner, the landowner, the house owner, the lady who sold him the house, that, you know, it's really gross, there's disgusting stuff. There could be, I mean, I would say, in my non-legal brain, there could be illegal action there, you know? I mean, hey, you know, if you don't let me out of this contract, I'm gonna, you know what? So anyway, so apparently the landowner just said, okay, so Eric has said he's out $16K because that's what he paid on the loan so far, or to buy the house, which is $38,000, which is a little less than half. So he said for $16,000, he basically got a place to store his stuff for some better part of a year, a little more than a year. And apparently, the owner decided to condemn, the house got condemned, and the owner just decided to tear it down. And maybe somebody will, maybe she will sell the land later and somebody will rebuild on it, who knows what. So Eric is out of the contract. The house is literally gone. And so, yeah. But he did say, he said in this video here today that 2021 has not been a particularly good year for him. You know, he did fix up the house. He made it into a big arcade center there with all these arcade games, and he had the big Mickey collection back in the laundry room, and he did a lot of work on the house. He put security system in, he fixed a lot of things up, but there's still that water intrusion, the mold smell, and that kind of stuff. You could get a decent, you get a lawyer if you had, if you got sick from mold that was in a house that you were, somebody had sold you, and they knew about it. I don't know. He might want to pursue legal actions to get back that $16K. Or not, or maybe he just wants to walk away from it and be done with it. That sounds like what he wants to do. So he has he has his base camp now in Sean's Modified Auto's old facility there, which is now near St. Louis, and they have moved a couple blocks away to a new place. So that is where Derek is right now. So that's the update, okay? There's all these speculations. There was all this speculation in my comments about the house and whether he bought it or rented it and whether there was this deal or that deal or whether he got it under a government program or whatever. People found out the location of his house pretty quickly. I don't know. Again, these nomads, they put a lot of information into their videos that maybe they shouldn't. And he was showing a lot of shots of the house from the outside. You can see the neighbors. People were noticing street addresses and signs, and people were familiar with that part of Illinois. And it wasn't too long after he bought the place that the troll community, as you might say, kind of figured out where the house was and kind of knew where it was. So anyway. Again, you got to be really super careful if you're a YouTuber doing a channel with a lot of subs like he's got, and putting in too much information about your personal life, because people will find out stuff, and stuff like that, especially if you're a nomad that has a home base. Be very careful. If you're a nomad with a home base, whether it be a plot of land or a building or something like that, to be extra careful guarding its location, especially if you're worried about your security. Okay, that's what you got to do. Lesson learned there. Or if you don't care, then at least get a good security system, right? Yeah. All right, that's all I'm going to do today. I'm going to do that's all the update is today. A little talky. We are back here in beautiful Mesa, Arizona for Thanksgiving. We're going to do a live stream later today. We just finished a big whirlwind trip. I'm going to be posting some videos of some of that later today too. I think I'm going to do the Algodones part. We went down to Algodones in Mexico there on Monday, and that was a lot of fun. So I'll probably put that up later today too. So, and I got a ton of video on my cameras. Where's my camera here? There's my camera. What did I do with the other camera? I'm recording on it. I'm like, where's my other camera? I have two of these cameras. Where's the other? Oh, I'm recording right now on it. Woohoo. So I got a lot of videos that will be coming up. I am going to put a couple things up on Patreon as exclusives. So if you want to join my Patreon, Camo Dave, it's just patreon.com/Camo Dave. It's only $5 a month, but I will be putting some stuff up there that's a little too edgy for YouTube. Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and we'll see you later.